Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 28th of October 2024. Now so far as the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is concerned guys, it is definitely looking strong. Now with US elections coming up, I'm pretty much sure guys the outcome will definitely be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? And keeping that thing in mind guys, the first news I'm going to be talking about has to do with Bitcoin rights bill. And this particular bill guys is connected to a swing state of Pennsylvania. And the Pennsylvania House has passed a bipartisan bill called as HB 2481, that is essentially House Bill 2481. So in today's episode guys, I'll go ahead and discuss what is the implication of this bill. More importantly guys, I'll go ahead and discuss what does it actually mean for the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now look guys, I've said this over and over again, Republicans and right-wing ideologies, they're definitely in favor of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Left-leaning lunatics and Kamala Harris, they're definitely not in favor of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. Now whether we like it or not guys, the outcome of US elections will definitely have a very strong impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Now the Republican Party guys, this including President Donald Trump, they have embraced a pro-crypto stance, isn't it? And they want lesser regulations as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now the second news guys is definitely another massive one, and this is connected to Chainlink. And since the last month or so guys, Chainlink is trying to be a game changer in the industry. Last week guys, I went ahead and discussed Chainlink merging with Swift, and looks like they want to revolutionize the existing payment industry, and they're introducing blockchain protocols with Swift. And few months ago guys, Chainlink also introduced CCIP, that is Chainlink Interoperability Protocol, and that to be honest guys is definitely a game changer. But in today's episode guys, I'll go ahead and discuss what is it that they are doing to integrate it with Bitcoin, and looks like this could be another game changer as well. And they are doing that to the layer 2 network called a Spider Chain, and this is essentially built by Bodynex Labs. So we'll go ahead and explore what this news is all about. Now look guys, I'm really curious to check if the token link is pumped up a lot because of this news. Now just a bit of fun fact guys, Chainlink Army, they definitely end up making some of the best memes on the planet. I'd really recommend you guys to go ahead and follow the group via Facebook, and some of the memes are absolutely epic. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on the news regarding Chainlink integrating with Bitcoin. Now the next news guys is also an interesting news, and this is to do with Kraken. And Kraken guys is the oldest exchange in the world, isn't it? And they are launching an Ethereum layer 2 network called Zinc, and they are set to roll out a testnet in November. And based on my understanding guys, the protocol called Zinc will offer wealth management tool for digital asset traders. So really interesting news in my opinion. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. Now the final news guys is connected to Microsoft, and there are plans for them to go ahead and add Bitcoin, and looks like they want to replicate what Michael Saylor is doing, isn't it? But they left that decision up to the shareholders, and on the 10th of December guys, there will be a voting by the shareholders to go ahead and approve this decision. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. So quite a lot of cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys has to do with Emirates and BD Bank, and they are taking the lead in redefining cross-border payments at partnership with Partio, and looks like they're using blockchain technology for this as well. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now the second news is to do with Wide Ventures, and Wide Ventures guys, looks like they want to invest $100 million in AI startups. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. So quite a lot of cover cars in today's episode. Let's get started with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMD scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing, and hosting training workshops, seminars, and community events that educate, inform, and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called The Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, it's really important to understand, guys, that I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. So when I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours of Dubai, I'm definitely liking these numbers. And with US elections coming up in the next few days, it's going to be really interesting to see if there is extreme volatility so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned. Now look, guys, whether we like it or not, when the United States of America has cough, the entire world has pneumonia, isn't it? Hence, guys, this year's election is going to play a very vital role, not just in the United States of America, but for overall geopolitical peace or absolute chaos, isn't it? So I'm definitely hoping that President Donald Trump gets re-elected once again. Now looking at the global cryptocurrency market, guys, the global cryptocurrency market is at $2.30 trillion, and since the last 24 hours it is marginally up by 0.60%. Now if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, since the last 24 hours it is down by 40.46%, and in terms of dollar amount, guys, it is at $42.47 billion. Now this for a Sunday, guys, in Western countries is definitely not bad, but it is definitely not great as well. Cause look, guys, we talk about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin to be operating 24/7, 365 days, isn't it? So keeping that thing in mind, I would really like to see this number around the $90 billion mark, even on weekends, to be honest, because that would actually mean that people are using a lot of cryptocurrencies 24/7, 365 days. Now, unfortunately, guys, one matrix which does not seem to be improving, that is the volume in decentralized finance, and to date is well below the $4 billion mark. It is only at $3.09 billion, and decentralized finance, guys, accounts for only 7.27% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, and so far as the total value locked is concerned, ever since the approval of spot Ethereum trading, it has been on a downtrend, isn't it? Just few days before the spot Ethereum approval, guys, the total value locked was hovering around the $100 billion mark, but it is now down to $86.73 billion, and Lido is still dominating so far as total value locked is concerned, and it is at $24.26 billion. Now, if you look at decentralized exchange dominance, guys, it is at 22.67%. Now, let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges. Now, one of the biggest changes I've observed so far as decentralized exchange is concerned, guys, this is to do with Radium, and since the last 2 weeks, Radium has been consistently crossing the $1 billion mark, and to be honest, guys, this might be the very first time in the history of decentralized exchanges where the 24-hour volume of Radium has been consistently crossing the $1 billion mark. It has probably happened only on 1 or 2 occasions in the previous years, but it has been consistent for almost 10 days now. This is definitely a positive sign for Solana, isn't it? Now, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, today, guys, Uniswap is leading the pack, and its volume is $1.41 billion, but Radium is at number 2nd, and its volume is well over the $1 billion mark. It is at $1.19 billion. Aerodrome, guys, is at number 3rd. Its volume is $582.89 million. PancakeSwap is at number 4th. Its volume is $568.93 million. And Norca, guys, is at number 5th. Its volume is $278.19 million. Now, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, guys, the numbers are definitely not looking good at all. The volume is only at $39.49 billion. And what is a bit crazy to note, guys, is out of this $37.49 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $32.12 billion. That just shows the dominance of Tether USDT, isn't it? Now, look, guys, despite it being on a Sunday or Monday in early hours of Dubai, the volume of stablecoins should have been around the $80 to $100 billion mark in my opinion. So far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, I'm definitely not liking this number. Now, the second one, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, it is Circle USDC, and its 24-hour volume is $3.13 billion. FDUSD is at number 3rd, and the 24-hour volume is $2.11 billion. And stablecoins, guys, as of today, is accounting for 88.42% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Bitcoin's dominance, guys, has crossed the 58% mark, and today it is at 58.17%. But Ethereum's dominance, guys, is definitely not looking good. It is down to 13.06%. And look, guys, there is a very high possibility that the dominance of Solana has been picking up quite a lot of pace, isn't it? Because if you look at the volume of decentralized exchange, that is Radium, that is working only on Solana, isn't it? And for the past 10 days, guys, Radium has been consistently crossing the $1 billion mark, so I'm pretty much sure the matrix with Solana is definitely looking interesting. Now, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $14.90 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is below the $10 billion mark. It is at $9.11 billion. Now, the market cap of Bitcoin, guys, is at $1.33 trillion, and Ethereum's market cap, guys, over the weekend did actually go below the $300 billion mark, but looks like it has marginally pumped up about the $300 billion mark, and right now it is at $301 billion. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if we do get any news regarding US politics, and I'm pretty much sure that will directly and indirectly impact the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, for the next coming days, that is Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, keep an eye on the 24-hour trading volume of stablecoins, because that will definitely have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, I'd really like to see the volume of stablecoins to be pumping up, because at a bird's eye view, guys, that would actually mean that people are parking a lot of the cryptocurrencies onto stablecoins, isn't it? So I'd really like to see the number somewhere between the $80 to $100 billion mark. Let's see, guys, if the stablecoin market reacts to that. Now, what I want to do next, guys, in today's episode, I want to run through the market cap of DeepIn. Now, DeepIn, guys, essentially is decentralized physical infrastructure, isn't it? And with so much of hype regarding artificial intelligence, DeepIn is kind of the buzzword in the cryptocurrency as well as the artificial intelligence world. So what I want to do is, I just want to run through the market cap of the top 5 DeepIn protocols. Now, the first one, guys, is BitTensor, and its market cap is at $3.72 billion. Now, Bitensa guys looks like they want to be Ethereum for the artificial intelligence world, isn't it? And if you're a developer, particularly working, let's say, in the cryptocurrency space or even the artificial intelligence space, you definitely may want to check what are the developments taking place in Bitensa. Now, the second one, guys, is ICP or Internet Computer Protocol, and its market cap is at $3.71 billion. The third one is Fetch.ai. Its market cap is $3.19 billion. Filecoin, guys, is at number 4th. Its market cap is at $2.09 billion, and Render is at number 5th, and its market cap is below the $2 billion mark. It is at $1.91 billion. Now guys, let's go ahead and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin is at $67,708, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.84%, but since the last 7 days, guys, it is down by 1.61%. Now, so far as Ethereum is concerned, it is at $2,489, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.07%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 8.82%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is at $585, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.34%, but since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.32%. Now look, guys, with US elections coming up, I'm pretty much sure there is going to be a lot of volatility so far as the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, isn't it? Now the first news I'm going to be talking about has to do with the swing state, that is Pennsylvania, and the Pennsylvania House, guys, they have passed a bipartisan bill called as House Bill 2481, or also called as Bitcoin Rights Bill, and this particular bill, guys, will be providing regulatory clarity for digital assets, and it protects residents' right for self-custody digital assets, and they want to use Bitcoin for payments and establish tax guidelines as well. Now here's the interesting bit, guys. It passed with strong support, 176 to 26, and now moves to Senator and Governor Josh Shapiro for approval. Now if I'm not mistaken, guys, Josh Shapiro is a Democrat, isn't it? So really I'm not sure if he's going to approve it or not approve it, but look, guys, it's really important to note that this particular bill was crafted by Satoshi Action Fund, and the bill is part of a broader effort to push state-level Bitcoin legalization. With similar laws passed in 20 states, the Pennsylvania, guys, as I mentioned, is a swing state, isn't it? And Pennsylvania has 1.5 million crypto owners amid ongoing federal uncertainty over crypto regulations. Now look, guys, this particular bill will actually ensure resident rights to self-custody digital assets. Now with US elections coming up in the next few days, the issue of regulating digital assets has become politically charged, with Republicans and right-wing ideologies generally advocating for fewer regulations, whereas the left-leaning administration or the Biden administration, they face severe criticism for hindering innovation. Now, so far as this bill is concerned, guys, the bill sponsor Republican State Rep Mike Cabell has highlighted bipartisan effort to promoting Pennsylvania using cryptocurrencies while promoting innovation. And look, the passage of pro-crypto legislations like Pennsylvania's Bitcoin Rights Bill could definitely influence the 2024 US election in several key ways. And looks like us Republicans are getting a lot of momentum, isn't it? And the Republican Party, including President Donald Trump, have embraced a pro-crypto stance, advocating for fewer regulations, and bills like Pennsylvania could bolster the party's appeal to crypto enthusiasts who view excessive regulations as stifling innovation. And with around 50 million Americans owning digital assets, this issue may attract a significant voter base that prioritizes economic freedom, digital privacy, and innovation. Now look, so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is concerned, it has definitely become a political issue, isn't it? And the federal government's lack of clear guidelines for digital assets has led to state-level action, as seen in Pennsylvania. And this decentralization of regulation makes crypto a more prominent political issue, and this would actually allow Republicans to position themselves as a party that supports innovation and freedom in the digital economy, while portraying the left-leaning Biden administration approach as overly restrictive. Now look, a few weeks ago I discussed Kamala Harris's racist crypto policy, isn't it? And there were literally 2 statements regarding her crypto policy, and there was absolutely nothing mentioned in it. So it looks like the presidential candidates, they're definitely keeping a very key eye on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And when you talk about voter demographics, crypto ownership cuts across various demographic groups, including younger votes, libertarians, and tech enthusiasts, making it a cross-party issue, and the passage of such laws can increase voter engagement, especially among younger, tech-savvy voters who are more likely to see crypto as a significant part of the future economy. And Pennsylvania's bill, guys, could signal to voters that Republicans are serious about supporting technological innovation. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, Pennsylvania is a key swing state, isn't it? And if the bill passes the state Senate and is signed into law, It will serve as a model for the states and signal to voters in similar battleground areas that the Republican Party is committed to advancing crypto-friendly policies, and this, guys, may help sway undecided voters to energize the Republican base in key states. Now look, as there's always this debate between federal versus state regulatory, isn't it? And the bill's passage also highlights the ongoing debate between federal and state control over crypto regulations, and if more states follow Pennsylvania's lead, it could increase pressure on the federal governments to clarify its stance on crypto regulations, and this tension between state and federal regulatory frameworks has already become a campaign issue, isn't it? And Republicans are definitely championing state-level autonomy, but so far as Democrats are concerned, they're definitely not fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. They're instead trying to be woke, and they want to go ahead and cancel freedom of speech as well, isn't it? So look, as this particular US election outcome will play a very pivotal role not just in the United States of America, but for the entire world as well. So let's see, guys, what the outcome of the US election is. Now let me go ahead and discuss a really interesting news, guys, and this is to do with Chainlink. Now Chainlink, guys, is kind of like the king of decentralized or distributed oracles, isn't it? Now the news essentially is that Chainlink has integrated with Bitcoin for the first time through the partnership with the layer 2 network called Spider Chain, which is actually built by Botanix Lab, and this integration, guys, brings Chainlink's oracle services which provide external data to Bitcoin blockchain, and this could be done like price fees or weather forecast to Bitcoin. Now look, as so far Spider Chain is concerned, it is essentially a Bitcoin layer 2 solution, and the aim is to enhance Bitcoin's functionality by incorporating features like layer 2 rollups and even smart contracts. And for the Bitcoin network, they want to code and onboard capabilities that have been largely absent from the Bitcoin ecosystem, and through Chainlink's ACIP, that is cross-chain interoperability protocol, Spider Chain also enables token transfers across different blockchain. The Botanix Lab, guys, they have joined Chainlink's scaling program that supports this integration, allowing Bitcoin to benefit from smart contract capabilities similar to those on Ethereum and other blockchain. The Spider Chain, guys, is designed to be compatible with Ethereum virtual machine layers, allowing applications as smart contract from Ethereum to be easily deployed on Bitcoin. And this, to be honest, guys, marks a significant step in aligning Bitcoin with advanced functionalities already available on networks like Ethereum. Now look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is definitely take a deep dive into CCIP, that is Chainlink's cross-chain interoperability protocol, because it looks like it could be a game changer in the industry, and I'm really curious to check, guys, what happens to the token that is connected to Chainlink, that is the Link token. Definitely brilliant stuff in my opinion. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss news regarding Kraken, which is the oldest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, isn't it? And they actually announced the launch of Ink, which is the Ethereum-based layer 2 network built on Optimism OP stack, and the testnet, guys, is set to roll out next month, that is in November. Now, so far as Ink is concerned, it will offer wealth management tools for digital asset traders and will be part of Optimism Superchain, which is an interoperable network of nearly 30 layer 2 chains, and this, guys, will allow Ink to share resources and avoid network fragmentation, and Ink will engage in revenue sharing and governance participation with Optimism Collective, and with fast block times and low latency, Ink aims to support activities like decentralized lending and future trading, with a full mainnet launch expected in early 2025. Now looks like Kraken is mirroring what Coinbase did with Base Network, isn't it? So let's see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now so far as Base Network is concerned, guys, there is a lot of activity taking place in Base Network, isn't it? Will it be the same for Ink? Only time will tell, I guess, isn't it? Now, if you do need more information regarding Ink, guys, the website is inkonchain.com. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news regarding Microsoft. There is a very high possibility that they might be replicating what Michael Saylor did with MicroStrategy, and Microsoft shareholders will vote on December 10th on a proposal to assess adding Bitcoin to a company's balance sheet, and this was according to a filing on the 24th of October that was submitted to the US Security and Exchange Commission, and the official filing is in the show notes below. But here is where it gets interesting, guys. The Microsoft's board members, they are actually recommending voting against the proposal because they are stating they already evaluated a variety of different options. So let's see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now look, guys, if Microsoft does actually replicate what MicroStrategy does, the price of Bitcoin could definitely reach to new all-time highs, hasn't it? And who's to say the next company to do that might be Apple or some other company? Definitely positive news for Bitcoin, I guess. So these were the newscasts from the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first one, guys, has to do with Emirates NBD Bank, and they are taking the lead in redefining cross-border payments in partnership with Partio. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this. Because looks like they want to enhance cross-border payment solutions in the MENA region, and this collaboration, guys, will enable 24/7 payment availability and seamless faster payment flows to Emirates NBD clients, and Emirates NBD has joined Partia's blockchain-based clearing and settlement network, and it has become the first regional bank on Partia's platform to offer UAE Dirham, Saudi Riyal and Indian Rupee settlements, and Emirates NBD guys. They also plan to support major foreign currencies on the platform, bolstering real-time payment offerings. The Partia guys was actually founded in 2021, and it is backed by DBS Bank, JP Morgan, Standard Chartered, Temasek, as well as Peak 15. Now, based on this, guys, it definitely looks like a permissioned blockchain, isn't it? And the Partia platform uses blockchain to provide a unified ledger for real-time clearing settlements, and it aims to improve liquidity and efficiency over traditional sequential payments processing systems. And Emirates NBD, guys, is also considering an equity investment in Partia, marking strategic alignment with the financial ecosystem. Now, this partnership aims to redefine global payment transparency, efficiency, and security as well. And Ahmed Al-Qasim from Emirates NBD Bank has highlighted the bank's commitment to adopting advanced financial solutions. And Al-Qasim, guys, knows that Partia's blockchain technology helps future-proof Emirates NBD's operations. And Partia's CEO describes Emirates NBD as Partia's gateway to the MENA region, and he also says that this partnership aligns with Partia's strategy to expand in the Middle East. And look, as both organizations are committed to enhancing the security and efficiency of cross-border payments, promoting regional economic growth, isn't it? Now look, as I'm not sure if they're using open blockchain as such. Looks like they're using a permission blockchain, and the other word for that is software, isn't it? But definitely positive news, I guess. Now, the second news, guys, is from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and Wide Ventures, guys, looks like they want to invest $100 million in AI startup. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because they have allocated $100 million to invest in early stage startups, and this investment, guys, aims to position Saudi Arabia as a global AI hub. And Wide Ventures is a $500 million venture capital fund that is owned by Aramco. Now, the $100 million, guys, will create a pipeline of global AI startups for the kingdom, and an advisory board of global experts will gather strategic investment, and the board members have backgrounds from Meta, MIT, Oxford, Amazon, as well as other top institutions. And by 2030, guys, AI is projected to contribute to $135 billion to Saudi Arabia's economy, and artificial intelligence is expected to represent over 12% of Saudi Arabia's GDP by 2030. And this initiative, guys, aligns with Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 for economic diversification, isn't it? And Wide Ventures will focus on innovation and localization of AI talent. And Anas Al-Ghattani, who's the acting CEO of Wide Ventures, has emphasized AI's role in economic growth, and this strategy aims to support local entrepreneurs and attract global talent. Now, PwC, guys, they estimate Saudi Arabia's AI gain to be the highest in the Middle East by 2030, and this initiative is expected to improve the quality of life in the kingdom. Now, recently, guys, Wide Ventures also invested in Korea's AI chip company called as Rebellions, and they'd also invested in California-based AI Explain, a startup that is focused on AI infrastructure. And at this point of time, guys, Wide Ventures has a portfolio of over 70 startups across different tech sectors, and they provide end-to-end support for high-growth startups, and they have a little over decades of experience as well. So definitely positive news from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Fahad who asks, what implication do you see for Bitcoin as Chainlink integrates its services? Now, to be honest, Fahad, this is such a brilliant question, but look, according to me, so far as Bitcoin is concerned, beyond making payments and as a store of value, I don't think so should be used for other purposes, and I'm pretty much sure even a lot of Bitcoin maximalists are divided into this. Now look, before Taproot and Store signature, Bitcoin role was just as a medium of payment, and because the prices have increased, it has now turned out to be a store of value, isn't it? Now keeping all this thing in mind, me personally, I'd really like to see limited use cases. I'm not liking things regarding ordinals or runes, But at the same time, you also need to understand, Fahad, the whole purpose of switching from ECDSA to Taproot and Store Signature was so that Bitcoin should be able to do all these things, isn't it? So keeping all this thing in mind, I do feel that the integration of Chainlink services with Bitcoin through the Spider Chain Layer 2 network solution definitely represents a significant advancement for Bitcoin ecosystem, and this definitely increases a lot of functionality, isn't it? And as I mentioned earlier, Bitcoin has been used primarily as a store of value and a medium of exchange, but with Chainlink's Oracle services, Bitcoin can now support more complex smart contracts as well as decentralized applications, and this shift allows Bitcoin to move beyond simple transactions, making it a more versatile asset capable of interacting with other blockchain ecosystem. And I cannot harp this enough that Chainlink's ACIP, that is cross-chain interoperability, could be a game changer, and it may enable seamless token transfers and interactions between Bitcoin and other blockchains, particularly with Ethereum as well as in it. And this interoperability, Fahad, is extremely crucial for bridging the gap between Bitcoin and DeFi space, allowing users to leverage Bitcoin's liquidity while at the same time participating in various DeFi protocols, and this can be done without needing to convert the assets. Now look, because of this, I do feel that there will be quite a lot of increased adoption, and with Chainlink's integration, it could actually attract developers and businesses to code and build on Bitcoin, and this over time will definitely lead to increased adoption of the cryptocurrency spaces in it. And as more applications are developed to use Bitcoin's network, it may position Bitcoin as a more attractive option for developers who are looking for a secure and established blockchain. And this also touches base on value creation as well as in it. And with new cases arising from smart contracts and decentralized apps, Bitcoin's value proposition will likely strengthen, and this, Fahad, you never know, could actually lead to increased demand, potentially driving its prices even further. But at the same time, we also need to look at the regulatory consideration, isn't it? Because the evolution of Bitcoin into a more functional asset with smart contracts capabilities may also invite regulatory scrutiny, as Bitcoin begins to serve roles traditionally associated with securities or other regulated financial products. So I do feel, Fahad, it could actually lead to discussions around the world and its classification and the regulatory frameworks governing its use. Now look, Chainlink has so many different partners as well as in it, and Chainlink's established network of partners as well as their users may help to boost the Bitcoin community as well. And as I mentioned earlier, the community of Chainlink is absolutely wild, and they do make some of the best memes as well. And regarding your question, I do feel how the integration could facilitate collaboration with existing DeFi projects and enhance the overall ecosystem, driving innovation and development within the Bitcoin space. So Chainlink's integration with Bitcoin through Spider Chain, I do feel Path is a pivotal development that could redefine Bitcoin's role in the blockchain ecosystem. It definitely enhances Bitcoin's utility, fosters interoperability, and opens the door to new applications, and that will definitely contribute to long-term sustainability and growth as a leading digital asset. So definitely brilliant question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 am to 8:30 am, we have Crypto with Coffee podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and now artificial intelligence world as well. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.